Hello, welcome to this recording. I'm recording this webinar on benefits of low carb, and I'm going to show you what are the benefits of eating low carb, on how to lose weight and how to gain health. You will feel much better with eating low carb. To introduce myself, I am a GP. I'm Dr. Avi Charlton from Wantirna in Melbourne Low Carb Clinic. This is not individualized medical advice, and I ask you to check with your own medical professional before you start this journey, or you can come and see me as a GP. I welcome new patients into my clinic, Melbourne Low Carb Clinic. Just to introduce myself, I have a family. I have two boys. They are now 15 and 12. I have a husband, and I have two dogs. I run a low carb support group called Low Carb Melbourne. You're most welcome to join this support group, even though you're not sure yet, it is free. I've been a GP for 20 years, and about 18 months ago, I decided to start Melbourne Low Carb Clinic to specialize in talking about lifestyle medicine. In fact, I've been practicing lifestyle medicine for about 5 years. It's been an incredible journey. I have taken people off medication and I've had amazing results. So I want to ask you, do you feel that you have difficulty in losing weight? Do you feel tired all the time? Do you feel like you don't have energy all the time? If you try going to the gym, start an exercise program, and it doesn't work, or you get super hungry and you want to eat all the time, or do you think you're eating healthy and exercising and the weight just doesn't want to shift and you're struggling to shift your weight and feeling tired all the time? Are you at your wit's end on why your weight doesn't shift? I've got solutions for you and I want to help you. Just to show you what happens when people eat low carb. This is actually me. I was 46 when I started this journey. I was running, I exercise regularly, go to the gym 2 times a week, and I run 4 times a week. I was otherwise healthy. I don't have any medical conditions. After an 8-week body transformation challenge, I have lost about 4 kilos, 4% body fat. I have a family history of type 2 diabetes, and I have much less markers of diabetes now. And I feel much better, much more energy. Just to share what other people have achieved. This is Nikki. She's 49. She wanted to lose some weight, and she had aches and pains, and she was swelling, had asthma. I taught her how to do low carb. She came in every 2 weeks for accountability. And this is probably after 6 months. She's felt much better, less tired, and she felt much more energy. And she started strength training after 2 months after started low carb. This is Barry. From the first photo to the second photo was about 10 months. From the second photo to the third photo was about 4 years. He's had a heart condition, but he's achieved much more energy, losing weight, and feeling much better. This is Chris. He's reversed his diabetes, which was HbA1c of about 11.3, and he had no more diabetes. HbA1c has become 5.2. Took about 7 months to lose the 33 kilos that he's had. And I am so proud of these things. Judy has these photos, has lost a lot of weight. It's 4 years apart. She's found that cravings have gone, itchiness has gone, her skin much better, arthritis got better. She got off a lot of medications and she felt much more active. So what is the science behind low carb? You might have been told that to lose weight, you have to eat less and move more. You have to have less calories in and more calories out. Does it work? Do you think it works? This is a picture of your whole body metabolism of how it works. It's not a scale. It's not that easy. There are so much more intricacies to your human body hormones. The first hormone we need to look at is insulin. Insulin is a hormone that is responsible for regulating blood glucose in your bloodstream. If you have glucose entering the cells, your body will produce insulin. Glucose is from your sugar. It's also from your carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is just glucose molecules linked together. So if you eat carbohydrates, these will become glucose molecules. It's tightly regulated by your hormone system, especially this hormone called insulin. Insulin is also responsible for growth. So we use insulin to grow our body. Kids have more insulin and we grow things like skin tag. You have to understand the 3 macronutrients in your body. There's carbohydrates, there's protein, and there's fat. If you eat the carbohydrates, it becomes glucose pretty quickly. Carbohydrates will rise your blood glucose very quickly and very sharply. And within 15 minutes to 2 hours, you will get a blood glucose rise if you eat the carbs, which is bread, potato, pasta, sugar, drinks like sugar drinks. Protein will not cause such a big rise. Protein is meat, eggs, chicken, fish. Fat like cheese, avocado, nuts, and seeds won't cause as much rise of your blood glucose and your blood insulin. So we must understand the 3 macronutrients, and I will go into it further. Each time you eat, your body will recruit this hormone called insulin to burn fat, to put it away and use it as energy. Your insulin is designed to store fat. Every time insulin is produced, your body will be in storage mode to store the blood glucose and make it to become fat. So every time you eat, your body will harness the insulin and make insulin to store it away to become fat, which includes coffee with milk and includes drinks like sugary drinks. Though the trick is you need to eat your meals. Avoiding snacks will be very beneficial in your weight loss. We don't want to work your insulin all the time. If you stop eating in between meals, your body has a chance to reduce the insulin and stop using it. The problem is if you keep working insulin, your body will keep making more and more insulin. This is called insulin resistance. You might have heard of this term. Eventually, it becomes diabetes. Now, I'm going to tell you how to eat low carb. We keep it simple, and this is really easy to do. I've had lots of people learning how to eat low carb, and we can try and shift your weight, teach your body to burn fat and not glucose. So we need to eat less glucose. We need to stop eating glucose as much as we can. So how we do low carb is we first think of protein. We prioritize our protein, eat our protein first. So protein is meat, eggs, chicken, fish, lamb, pork. These are the essential nutrients. Protein is responsible for, there's 21 amino acids. Your body doesn't make protein. We need all the essential amino acids and your body doesn't make it. Then we think about eating real food. We don't want to eat fake food. We don't want to eat processed foods. The problem with the processed food is it's often got lots of chemicals, trans fat, and lots of sugar. So we only want to eat real food. We don't want to eat packaged food. We also want to reduce our carbohydrates as low as we can so we can stop eating the glucose. Your body will be taught how to not use the glucose that you eat, and we burn our fat because you want to lose fat because you're stuck. You're stuck in not losing weight and you have no energy. And we want to reduce the insulin load that we have. So we need to avoid eating sugar, bread, pasta, rice, biscuits, cakes, starchy vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes. Then we switch our body fuel system to burning fat. We also need to eat healthy fat. Healthy fat is essential. Healthy fat includes avocado, nuts and seeds. Even the fat around the meat is actually really good. You can eat the chicken skin. You can eat the cheese and even olive oil. Only eat when you're hungry. Intermittent fasting is actually really helpful. And if you have no time for breakfast, if you're not hungry, You don't eat breakfast. Who taught you breakfast is the most important meal of the day? That is actually Kellogg's big food company for marketing. So how do we start low carb? Go to my website and download a free ebook. I will show you a QR code at the end of this webinar, and you can go and download this free ebook to get started straight away. So how do we do low carb? We stay away from the red list. We don't eat sugar, soft drinks, cordial energy drinks, bread, potato, pasta, anything white, noodles, rice, crumpets. We stay away from all the sugary, carby, bread, wheat food. Avoid processed foods, avoid cereal, and anything that's got seed oil, such as vegetable oil, canola oil. Beware of there's so many names of sugar. It can be called maple syrup, it can be called golden syrup, it can be called sucrose or even fructose, icing sugar, molasses, rice syrup. Stay away from all the different names of sugar. Beware of it. And we need to learn how to read food labels, which is really important in noticing the hidden chemicals and the processing ingredients in our food. Pick the healthy fats and not the processed fats. Margarine, vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, they're actually seed oil made from petroleum. Good fats is butter, tallow, ghee, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, flaxseed oil, walnut oil. Pick the good fats, eat the good fat. It is essential, but stay away from all this trans fat and anything that is processed. There's lots and lots of green food. In fact, the green food is actually real foods. We want to prioritize our protein, remember? We want to eat beef, pork, lamb, real food, bacon, cheese, butter, fish, all the animal foods. We want to drink water, coffee, bone broth. Nuts and seeds are great. Veggies is great. I would say stick to the above ground veggies because they are less carbohydrate content in the above ground veggies. So you can have broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, eggplant, olives, onion, garlic. You can have lots of herbs and spices. There are sugar replacements like stevia, xylitol, erythritol. There's fermented veggies is also fantastic, like kimchi, kombucha, sauerkraut. Don't forget your salt. Salt is really important. Stick to the green list. The green list is real food. We don't want to eat processed foods or the sugar. The yellow list is sort of in between, maybe sometimes and not too frequent. The yellow food is the root vegetables like pumpkin, sweet potato, corn on the cob, lentils, legumes, tofu, and even some fruit. I usually say if you eat fruit, stick to the berries, and half a cup of berries is enough a day. The berries are actually really low carb, and a little bit of berries is actually okay. Be careful with alcohol. I wouldn't have alcohol all the time. You can get low carb beer, low carb alcohol, and that might be okay every now and then. What are the benefits of low carb? Why am I so passionate about low carb? In fact, there are so many conditions that are related to the modern lifestyle, the modern diet. We are conditioned to eating so much carbohydrates. We eat cereal, oats, toast for breakfast, and then for lunch we have noodles or even sandwich. For dinner, we have rice and pasta. The modern diet is related to insulin resistance, coupled with, so you can see it in this picture in the bottom, there's stress, processed foods, not sleeping enough, too much sugar, sedentary lifestyle, seed oils, all contribute to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is the root cause of so many medical conditions like stroke, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, inflammation, migraine, osteoarthritis, dementia, even cancer. What happens when my patients eat low carb? Quite often they don't feel hungry anymore. They don't have as much sugar craving. They feel like they are free from eating all the time. They don't feel all the hunger all the time. And the fat around the belly gets lost straight away, or the pants feel looser. The metabolic markers improve. What I mean by that is we look at the cholesterol profile and we can see there's a marker called triglyceride, which is increased in heart attacks, and that goes down pretty quickly. The good cholesterol goes up. If you have diabetes, the blood test called HbA1c, which shows your blood glucose over a 3-month period, that marker goes down and your blood glucose goes down. We don't eat sugar, we have less carbohydrates, and this in turn reduces your blood sugar and reduces your blood insulin level. It also improves your blood pressure because quite often too much carbohydrates is related to high blood pressure. This in turn reduces your risk of metabolic syndrome and diabetes and insulin resistance. Sometimes reflux gets better and you calm your stomach, your tummy feels much better with less stomach symptoms, less bloatiness. Your brain works better, reduce brain fog, inflammation gets better. Sometimes not even losing the weight, doing the diet can improve on aches and pains, reduce your arthritis pain, and you can exercise much, much better. Chronic pain gets better, you get much more energy, mood improves as well. You can get better depression, improve your depression, reduce your anxiety, and your mood is improved. Your arthritis gets better, joint pains get better, and it works to lose weight. Listen to this. Weight is eventually shifted off. But you say you want to exercise. You need carbohydrates for exercise. How does it work? So listen to this. You don't actually need carbs for exercise. You can actually burn fat with exercising. You have to teach your body to burn fat. And then when you exercise, you're burning your own fat, not burning the glucose that you're eating. In doing that, you have to have a period of fat adaptation. It might take 4 weeks or up to a few months. You teach your body to burn fat by eating fat and not the glucose. Remember, carbohydrates become glucose. When you're doing that, your body stops running out of fuel because a lot of people have a lot of fat stored in their reserve, so they can have lots of fat to burn. You'll have less gut issues. Let's say you're running for a marathon. Quite often people need to go to the toilet in the middle of the marathon. If you're burning your own fat, you won't be having gut issues when you run a marathon or half marathon anymore. You have longer lasting endurance with your exercise and you have less inflammation. You will get to recover from the exercise much, much faster. That's magic. So some people say keto or low carb is dangerous because they're worried about eating all the fat and increasing the risk of heart disease. This myth has actually been debunked. The American Heart Association actually came out and say the healthy saturated fat does not increase your risk of cardiovascular heart disease. The fat around the meat is actually really healthy, and having olive oil, coconut oil, ghee, good healthy fat doesn't increase your risk of heart attack. If you want me to look up the studies for you, I can send you the link. So we have to not keep remembering and we have to unlearn that fat is dangerous for you. And then some people say ketogenic diets or low carb diets doesn't have enough or doesn't have all the nutrients like micronutrients, vitamins, and fiber. That is actually not true. If you want a high fiber diet, there is lots of low carb vegetables, which will increase your fiber. A well-formulated ketogenic or low carb diet can actually provide you with all the essential nutrients you need. Most of the essential nutrients are from protein, healthy fat, and the vitamins. And a well-formulated diet can provide you with everything that you need. Our body actually does not require glucose because there's a process called gluconeogenesis, which we can use the protein that we eat to produce glucose, which is amazing. It's magic. Some people say ketogenic diets increases inflammation. It's actually really not true. Ketogenic or low carb diets actually really work very well to improve inflammation. When I measure my patients' inflammatory markers, especially CRP, those with diabetes go really high. And when you go on low carb ketogenic diets, the CRP number actually goes really low. So it's really good for inflammation, reduces your aches and pains, and improve your recovery if you exercise. Some people say too much protein will harm your kidneys. That is actually not true as well, because a lot of kidney disease is because of hypertension or diabetes. And eating low-carb ketogenic diets can really improve your markers of kidney function because they are improving your hypertension and your diabetes. So then some people say, is keto a fat diet? Fat diets don't work. We don't want to do fat diets because it's not sustainable. The definition for fat diet is the diet popular for a time that often promises unreasonably fast weight loss or health improvements. Is keto low carb a fat diet? If you look at the hunter-gatherers back in many hundreds of thousands years ago, the human actually hunt animals, and we go for long periods of time without eating. They have a lot of, their body actually run on ketones, and they actually eat a keto diet because it's usually animal-based, and they might not get food for days or even weeks. Their body run on fat. The modern society has taught us to frequently eat. That is actually not normal for our species. We don't have to eat all the time. We need to eat the real food. We don't want to eat the processed foods and too much sugar, and your body can burn your own fat. Is low carb sustainable? I actually have lots of friends and family and even patients that have made this low carb diet very sustainable. It depends on your mindset, depends if you know that low carb works for you. If low carb ketogenic diet works for you, you will make it sustainable, because if you eat the carbs, eat the junk food, you will not feel well and you will put on weight. So why do you want to eat the junk food and the sugars when you can maintain your weight, lose the weight with a real food diet? 10 tips for ensuring success on how to do low carb or ketogenic. First of all, think of your why. Why are you doing this? You need to lose weight. You want to get rid of your belly fat. You want to gain health. You want to feel much better. You want to have energy. You want to prioritize your brain health. You want to reduce depression, reduce anxiety. That is your why. You want to lose fat. You want to lose weight. Know your why. Remind yourself of the why. When you have temptations, remind yourself why you're doing this. Understand the science of low carb. We regulate our hormone, especially our hunger hormones like insulin. We teach our body to burn our own fat so we don't keep fueling our body with glucose. We want to plan ahead. We want to get used to this as a routine. We want to plan our breakfast or plan not to eat our breakfast. We want to plan our lunch by cooking extra food for dinner. We want to plan our dinner for meat and veggies, above ground veggies. Plan ahead. If you go out to a restaurant, look at the menu before the pressure starts. Stock up on low carb foods. We want to stock our freezer with lots of healthy proteins, real food, meat, eggs, chicken, fish. Don't stock your food with temptations. Get rid of all the pantry junk food. Get rid of the sugars, biscuits, cakes, lollies. Chuck them all in the bin. They're rubbish. You don't need it. Learn how to read food labels. We want to eat real food. We don't want processed food. Sorry. Let's get to number 6. We want to stay hydrated. Our body needs salt. You have to add extra salt, especially if you're eating a low-carb diet. Salt is essential, and it actually is really helpful to manage your cravings and essential for our body nutrients. If you start on the low-carb diet, you might feel a little bit unwell for the first 2 weeks, and that is actually your body running out of salt, regulating your electrolytes. So if you have extra salt, that will help you with this process called keto flu. Find low-carb swaps. If you're used to eating rice, maybe cauliflower rice would be an idea. If you eat hamburger, maybe a naked burger, or maybe you can make low-carb bread using almond flour or coconut flour. There's actually lots of options, and it's all over internet. You can just search Google low-carb bread, and you can find all sorts of recipes. You can find keto bread, you can find keto spaghetti, keto pasta, anything that you like. Find a good support system. Harness your community. I have communities called Low Carb Melbourne. I've got a free community called Melbourne Low Carb Free Community. You can come and catch up with me. I often catch up with the Low Carb Melbourne group. You might want to get a friend to do it with you, and that might have a support system. Work on your other lifestyle pillars. I also talk about exercise, stress management, getting out into the sun, getting into the nature, prioritizing your sleep. That is really important. Keep learning. This lifestyle is amazing. You will be so amazed on how much you learn. Again, these are the other lifestyle things that I'll talk about. Not just the nutrition. I talk about exercise, building muscles, strength training, avoiding addictions, managing your stress, prioritizing your sleep, and having healthy relationships and having a community to support you. Here it is. Listen to this. Watch this. Get your phone out and you can scan this QR code. You can download my free ebook, absolutely free, no commitments. You will be asked to get your email address. You can unsubscribe anytime. Totally free. How to Start Low Carb free ebook. I have a membership program for $25 a month, and you will get a group of like-minded individuals. Every 2 weeks, we have a Zoom, and there's lots and lots of resources, talks that you can go to. And I have a complete guide, 8 weeks complete guide to low carb. On my website, you can go to my website and get an 8-week guide. It's a complete guide, and you can learn all the aspects of how to do low carb. You can come and see me face-to-face. And I also do telehealth. I'm in Wantirna. And you can see me for individualized consultations as a doctor. Thank you so much for your attention. You can do this low carb diet. You can lose the fat that you've been struggling with for a long time. Then you can gain more energy. Your brain will work much faster, better, less brain fog. You have much more energy to go about your day-to-day life, and your body will function better. You will reduce your risk of diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, mental health conditions, and many, many more conditions. You're most welcome to email me. These are my email address and contact details. You can also follow me on social media. Thanks for your attention and good luck on your journey.